Hey guys, it's Malika from Malika Semper Astrology, and I want to talk Scorpio because the sun is moving into Scorpio later tonight, and the sun, he, masculine, will be in Scorpio until November 21st this year. So we have entered Scorpio season, and Scorpio is here to teach us so much, so much. They have so much wisdom of depth, emotional wisdom, wisdom of shadow work, the dark parts of humanity, really, and what we can experience and live through as human beings. So, we have Scorpio coming in as a water sign. Scorpio often gets mistaken for a fire sign because of the intensity and the passion that they carry. And I like to think of Scorpio, yes, it's a water sign, but it's boiling water. It's water at a simmer. It's hot water. It's not the cooling effect of Pisces and, maybe the warm-ish, lukewarm effect of Cancer. But it's water at a boil, and so there's something spicy that comes along with Scorpio. They are of the fixed modality and are fixed signs, especially Scorpio. So now we have a fixed water sign. Scorpio's strengths, they're extremely loyal. There is a laser focus that comes with Scorpio when they want to research something, when they are obsessed with someone, when they are working on a project that is really interesting to them. They have this laser focus almost to the point of obsession, oftentimes where they have to remember to pull away and take a breath of air, where they have to remember to eat a meal because they can become completely absorbed into whatever they're working on, whatever they're desiring at the moment. It's a sign that really moves into its desirous nature. There is a sexual component to Scorpio. Sex is important for Scorpio. And if you are a Scorpio and it has been put on the back burner or pushed aside, or there is shame around sex or abuse around sex, if there's some sort of a trauma, it's here to be healed this lifetime. And it's here to be just this very holy, almost like a holy act of intimacy. Sex for Scorpio, it has to involve emotions. Not all signs need that emotional component when it comes to intimacy, but for Scorpio, it has to be there. And it's not just sex for fun, but it's sex for soulful union, right? Um, and it's important for Scorpio to do any sort of like sexual healing this lifetime and just recognize the importance of intimacy in their lives. Um, Now, Scorpio is also when happy. Let's talk about Scorpio when they're happy versus Scorpio in the shadow realm. So, Scorpio, when they're happy, they come to us with immense emotional wisdom. They come to us with this strength, but it's like a silent strength. It's not a strength that they shout from the rooftops. It's a strength and a power that lives inside of them. And they teach us how to become empowered. They teach us how to be resilient and how to show up in those parts of life that aren't always glamorous, those parts of life that aren't all, rainbows and sunshine and puppy dogs. Your Scorpio friend will be the one who will go to the doctor's appointment with you, who will sit with you with their hand on their back while you get a diagnosis or while you are going through a story of grief or a story of loss or a story of addiction. Your Scorpio friend can be in that atmosphere with you, and they don't have to say a thing. They don't have to talk much. They don't have to reassure you or give words of affirmation. Simply their presence is the strength you need, and their unwavering strength can be what you can lean into in those times of crisis. Um, and so Scorpio's main lesson here on Earth is to rise up into becoming the healer because they have gone through the shit, because they have gone through this, the heavier parts of being human, right? And they have looked the boogeyman in the eye, they have sat in the shadow, they have not reached for the phone for distraction, not turned on the light, but really sat in their own depth, psyche, soul, and done the healing that's required there. They bring light to the dark. Now, the shadow side of Scorpio, they get stuck in the dark. They can't figure out how to bring light to the dark. Um, they can be quite revengeful. If they are wronged, they will completely shut you out. You are dead to them. They can be quite unforgiving. They can hold on to resentments. Um, they have the stinger of the scorpion, they will quietly and strategically get back at you. You won't know they're coming, not the Scorpio. They have a whole plan and it's very strategic and they're silent about it. They are the great secret keeper of the zodiac. They will keep your secret. You can tell them your secrets. They will hold on to those, but they can also be quite secretive themselves. There's so much going on below the surface. They're magnetizing. We are drawn to them because they tend to be a bit of a mystery here. It's like approaching the deep, dark cave and being a little bit scared, but also being very curious, right? There's an intrigue here. They emanate this silent power as well. There could be themes around power, control issues for Scorpios, whether it is they themselves that are always seeking to be in control and always seeking that power and become quite the authoritarian or the bossy one, their way or the highway, or they're giving their power away to other people. And so there's this whole journey around how do I step into my power in a healthy way, right? For Scorpios, oftentimes. There could be themes around trust for Scorpio this lifetime. It takes a lot for Scorpio to trust us. Like, there's themes of trust, either because they've been betrayed, because their trust has been broken. It takes a while for them to open up and trust, right? Once upon a time, they did, and then that hurt happened. Um, and so they're not quick to trust. We have to work hard and diligently to get our Scorpio to open up and really learn how to trust us. So there's work around trust for Scorpios as well. But they can be one of your most loyal, steadfast, intimate friends that know all the ins and outs about your life and really show up in not only the good times, but the hard times too. The Scorpio won't waver in that area, right? You can call on them when the shit hits the fan. So we have this great wisdom that comes with Scorpio. They're emotional and they feel things. They're not necessarily going to show you how emotional they are. There's a vulnerability and strength comes from vulnerability for them. But they hold a lot close in and they've experienced a lot this lifetime. People who are Scorpios or have strong Scorpio in their chart, they're the ones that are sort of going where no man has gone before. They're the ones that have experienced perhaps death at an early age or loss at an early age, the world of the dead, the world of the other realms, the idea of death is not far removed from them. There is a familiarity, maybe a comfort in that world as well. So, they're the ones who are metaphorically dying and rebirthing themselves this lifetime. A lot of transformation, a lot of pondering, like what comes after this life. They could be fascinated with the concept of death. They could be fascinated with the scarier components like horror movies or crime documentaries. They want to get into the psyche and the inner workings of someone, like a serial killer. Why do they think the way that they think? What is going on in their psyche? They are the psychiatrists of the zodiac, the therapists of the zodiac, because of this intrigue of going below the surface and between the layers. They could also be quite suspicious. They're looking for what's not being said. They're reading in between the lines. If they feel like something is kept from them or hidden from them, they walk around with a shovel and they will dig and dig and dig until they get to the core of something or to the bottom of something. They're here to reveal what is in the dark, to reveal what is hidden, to pull out what is under the bed or in the very back of the closet, to bring light to it, all in the name of healing and transformation and empowerment through those things. So, our Scorpio friends, they have intensity, they have passion. We feel their intensity, and we're going to honor them for this month as it is their birthday month. We're going to see the gifts that they give us in our lives. We're going to see the wisdom that they have and that they share with us. And we're going to be open and curious around our Scorpio friends and learn from them, particularly this month. So happy birthday, Scorpio. And I will be back next week. Thanks for watching, you guys.